Okay. I will call this meeting of Facilities Committee to, all right. Dan, would you read the roll, please?
Van Stierna, Goss, Harper, Lokshin,
Here.
Rodriguez, Taylor,
Here.
Woken, Chair Summers.
Present. Okay, approval of the agenda. Okay, Taylor and Benish Thirinat, all in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign, motion carries. Approval of the minutes from October 4th. Benish Thirinat, Lokshin, all in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign, motion carries. See no, is there anybody here that, from the public that would like to speak? Okay, seeing none, we'll move on to communications. Anyone on the committee have any communications? Seeing none, on to new business. Item A, the final update on the satellite jail HVAC replacement. Dana, please.
Okay. I have Richard Van Note here again from GHR. We hope this is the last, besides being our last meeting for this year, hopefully it's the last time we have to talk about the satellite jail HVAC project that was started in 2021. So, Richard?
As we kind of discussed last time, the replacement of the air handlers would kind of get started. We have, up until this point, have 2 of the air handlers replaced. Right now, they are currently in the process of finalizing all of the, starting the fans, getting the hot water and everything done on the second air handler. That should be done the next day or 2. When that's done, both of the air handlers in the south penthouse will be completed. Starting next week, they will start in one of the air handlers in the north penthouse. They will be doing the air handler that handles the north inmate pod. They'll doing that just to make sure that it gets done before we get into too much inclement weather, kind of as we start heading into the winter period. The plan is the minute they finish that air handler, which is the air handler 2, they'll do the last air handler that they need to do on the very next week. So at this point in time, after discussion with the contractors today, it appears that we should have all of the air handlers up and running by Thanksgiving. In that case, the last thing to be done will be removal of some existing equipment that we have to leave in place until the new air handlers are operational, and some buttoning up basically of the project. So at this point in time, the intent is to essentially have everything completed by the end of November, which will help meet the date that we had placed on the Ameren incentive that we had discussed before. So at this point in time, it actually feels like we're moving in the right direction and everything's on pace to be where we need it to be.
Great news. Dan, did you want to add anything? Beth? Okay. Okay. Okay.
Richard, thank you.
Very much, Richard. Yeah. Item B, update on emergency purchase and installation of the new chiller at Elias.
All right. Well, we have finished finally with the chiller installation. It's up, it's working, just in time to shut it down and drain it down for winter. So it is there. We are 100% complete. We're waiting on the last payout from Intech Services for the project. We did experience, unfortunately, about 2.5 weeks ago, we've had some problems with our water pipes, both for drinking water as well as the fire suppression system water supply. Pipes run basically north and south, similar to the drive to the back of the building. Well, all the work that went on, that's gone on over the years, and with the giant crane that was put in place temporary to lift the old unit up and the new one in, we've probably damaged the water lines. We had several leaks. We've actually had 3 leaks over the last 1.5 years, causing some significant ruttage out of those pipes and the dirt around it, to the tune we're down about 8 feet. So we've been taking prices on an emergency basis to redo that piping and redo the drive area that's affected and impacted by it. We have talked to the auditor's office and Tammy today and gotten approval to move forward and hire a company to take care of it. So hope to get it completed by the end of the month before Mother Nature really changes and winter's here. So, but it'll help us into the future with the two previous leaks that we've seen. It's just a matter of time where more leaks are going to occur in that area. And what happens is that when they put in these pipes, they put rock around it, and when you get Mother Nature cold, hot, as well as the heavy equipment that's been back there, you can work holes into these older pipes. So, but once that's done, they should be in good shape. We're trying to assist them with their deliveries when they do show up because it encompasses the loading dock. And we still left the hole open. It's protected, but we didn't want to fill it in because we're just going to have to dig it up again, and it's just a non-essential expense. So anyway, that's kind of up with that, but good news on the chiller, and our client there, Elias, is very happy that we've got that in place. They did suffer somewhat over the summer by having to reduce some of their offerings just because they could not really use to the full extent the larger classroom, but we've kept them apprised throughout the process, and they're appreciative of the effort.
Back to the 8 feet, did you say you were digging 8 feet, or it had sunk 8 feet?
The pipes are down about 6 feet, and
Okay.
and when the pipe burst, it's a 6-inch line, so there's a lot of pressure coming there. So it literally dug a huge hole in the back, and as it's digging out water, it's also taking it in through the other pipe. So, not only did we have to repair those pipes, but then we had to go flush the entire systems, both the fire suppression system as well as the main water supply for the building. So
Just wanted to be sure about that. Jenny, did you have a question?
That's the same question I was
okay.
going to ask. I didn't understand the 8 feet, but now I get it. Thank you.
Okay, any further questions on that? Okay, update on the satellite jail consolidation project from Reefstick Reed.
okay, I placed on your desk, hopefully you had a chance to take a look at it, 2 documents. The first one is we held on October 13th, we held a pre-bid conference, if you will, for anybody interested in finding out more information about our project for the satellite jail consolidation. The information that was given out verbally as well as by hand to the folks in attendance is there. Felt really good with the meeting. We've had 20 different people there representing a number of firms, a number of general contractors were there, which we thought was excellent. The more general contractors involved, hopefully the more interest and the better pricing we will get ultimately. They've all asked good questions. I think there's only been one addendum that's been struck to communicate to everybody who's picked up plans. The second document that you have is a 3-pager, and it's just kind of listing everybody who's picked up a set of plans for this project. There's probably 2 or 3 national companies on here that all they do is list building projects, but they're there. But there's probably about 8 general contractors there, mostly located here. There's one from over in Indiana. There's one in Chicago, but the rest are fairly local, which is very good. So our bid opening is set for tomorrow at 2 p.m. So once we open bids, we'll have a pretty good idea where we're at and what the pricing will be. So it's open. If anybody wants to stop by, feel free. It's pretty simple. Bids have to be turned in by 2 o'clock. our partner in this, Reef Stack Reed, will actually do the opening, and they'll read through the bids and announce them. There'll be representatives from various companies there. Some send people just to record, but we'll record everything, post it, it'll be on the website. Once it's done, we'll ask Reef Stack Reed to go and talk to the low bidder or bidders, depending upon where they're at, just to make sure that they fully understand the complexity, the scope of the project, and make sure the Reef Stack Reed has full confidence that they can do the work. They'll submit a note to us, and we will submit to the November county board meeting then a request to award contract, providing the pricing meets what we think it's going to be. So, any questions?
Ms. Rodriguez.
This question is actually mainly for Steve, and because we now have this ongoing conversation on project labor agreements, I just wanted to begin to track the way that that maps onto our decision-making process, especially for the public. So if you could, if any considerations with project labor agreements, what kind of information might be gleaned from this process? If nothing, that would also be something worth noting. Thanks.
Absolutely. Yes. Anybody else have any questions? Questions, comments? Hearing none, let's move on to item D, update on County Plaza renovation projects. I think Ms. Smalley is going to address that.
Hello. Can you hear me? We will be issuing our documents on Thursday. There was a bit of a coordination between this project and our engineers and the satellite jail project. So the decision was made to hold the Plaza project for a couple of weeks. The bid is now scheduled for December the 8th, and it will go to December the 8th, and then it'll go to the December board meeting.
Yeah, I felt that we had to do that based upon just the coordination effort. We didn't have enough of the document completed in time. I did not want to send out a bid and then in a week later or 2 weeks later have an addendum come out that was 600 pages in length. Just didn't make any sense to me. That's not the right thing to do to our potential vendors that would bid on it. So we did have, it's just a complicated project to begin with. A lot of moving parts and pieces on various floors, working with each of the department heads and trying to get exactly what they want accomplished, approved to add a little more time to the schedule, as well as we added the PLA information late. In fact, she just got today the signed agreement. So feel comfortable about going out. There's also some other local bids that are coming in. They're going on right now, the week before. So we've had a couple of contractors come forth and say, hey, this is okay, this is a good idea. We are really swamped right now. So this allows us some extra time to be able to really take a look at it, digest it, and submit something. So feel very good about the outcome. Wanted to get it done and to this November board, but I think for all the right reasons, we allowed it to slide a couple weeks, and unfortunately, it's got to go to December. So I'm not sure how that will be impacted yet, but we'll see how that goes.
Go ahead, Jenny.
I'm sorry, was the December 8th, is that when the bid opening is happening, or, okay, incorrect.
Anyone else? All right. Thank you, Carla. Now the update on County Plaza parking deck renovation.
Excuse me, yes. So we have the contract in place with Deuce Construction, and we have a pre-construction meeting, I believe, on Friday to start the work. And then the contractor will mobilize. So I feel comfortable that they will be on site here within a couple of weeks to start steel repairs, and I believe we have a substantial completion date set of June 1, just in the event that they're not able to pour concrete before the weather gets cold.
Yeah, weather could be an issue on that for sure. Anyone have any questions? Dan, did you want to say anything?
One thing we will have to, we'll find out this Friday exactly the extent of what it means for the current courthouse staff who are parking on top of the deck right now. At some point in time, they will ask to be relocated, which we will do. We'll take and put them over at the old Save-A-Lot building that we currently rent spaces at, which is just another half block north of that current location on the other side of the Civic Center. Most of them are used to that, frankly. And hopefully that'll only last for 2 months, and then they can go back and park there until the larger construction project gets rolling, and then we'll probably have to clear the deck again. So,
Dana, remind me, I'm struggling here. Are they going to cut any more cores on that deck? Are they going to cut any cores on that deck for purposes of checking what's going on there, or all the engineering work's been done and they know what they need to replace and do?
Right. All the engineering work's been done and the repair methods have all been decided, so there won't be any test cores going on at the deck.
Thank you. I'd assume so. I just couldn't recall. Thanks.
sorry, the westmost drive has to be replaced, so that's going to have to be cut out and repoured. And then the walkway from the sidewalk on the south side of the building up to the front entrance has to be replaced. And then the stairs that are over on the east side, which is Broadway, and those have to be cut out and replaced and poured again. So they should be able to get that work done, even though, you can expect some cold weather temperatures. You can still pour concrete up and until December. So we'll find out a little bit more on Friday on what they anticipate for their schedule. But we don't see any reason why they shouldn't get the most of the stuff done. They may have to take a little bit longer underneath, depending upon Mother Nature and just how long that takes. But the pouring stuff, I think they'll probably knock that out first.
Well, it's early November, so hopefully they will. All right. Thank you much. There is no other business. I have no presiding officer's report. There's nothing to go on consent. Our next meeting will be January 3rd, which will involve a group of different people, quite likely. So, thank you very much for making it here. I didn't know if we'd have quorum or not. I appreciate everybody's time coming in to make sure that this went smoothly, so thank you. We are adjourned.